Hello, this is Johnny. This is a NeoGeo Mini Hack. The hack name is called HyloStick Mini Hack. So this is the main screen. This is a screen that you won't be able to change. This is their copyright. So they have this as the boot up screen. Then you get to choose either the boot up from the HyloStick, or you want to boot up using the internal storage. Meaning don't use you can unplug the USB. Okay. Normally, if you don't have the USB plug-in, it automatically boot to the internal storage. So that's one thing cool about this image. It allows you to switch back and forward. So even you don't have a USB with you, you could still play the game. Okay. So let's go to the HyloStick. Just to sometimes you have to press more than one time to get in. I don't know why. Okay. So once you're in, you greeted with a screen already have 54 game. It depends what menu you want, the latest menu you want on, and this background would be the gray background, where the middle is kind of a little bit light, so you can see the font. The font is not very dark. The reason I mentioned that because later you will see my image and the font is darker and the background is different too. Okay. Now you go to the setting. You have total of 9 entry. The total page will be 2 pages. You only allowed to have 9 game selection. If you have more than that, it will not work. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go down 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you only have 9 games. Now they have Mega Drive game as well. So those of you who want to play Sega Genesis, you could play that. The maximum game you could have per each game selection is 80. So you cannot have more than 80. Otherwise it will not work. I tried with 81, 82, it doesn't work. Okay. Make sure you select alphabet order before you get out, because if you don't, for example, you press B, you don't do anything, and the game say Afterburner, that still say NeoGeo. Okay, the screen is not changed. Okay, the game is changed, but the screen did not change. So you need to go to setting, make sure you choose alphabet order. Okay, press A again, then press B. Okay, B. So once you're out of the game, see that? Now this game follow with this Mega Drive, Afterburner 2, Alien Stone. Okay. All right, so those are the games that they have given you. So let's just try one of the Sega Genesis. I mean, not Sega Genesis, but the NeoGeo game. And so we could go over it real quick. How to get to the NeoGeo bio and stuff like that. For those of you who's new. Now the image I'm giving you is not a hack image. You have to hack this system with the one I gave you, which it give you both hack at the same time. It hack the system, and also it is ready for USB plug-in. So right now you don't have USB, it's fine. It works just the way it is. When you plug it in, it will give you an option to choose the USB or use the internal. But if you don't have USB plug-in, it automatically go into internal. Okay, so let's try one of this game real quick. Just want to show you. So it will give you this screen option, and if you don't press anything, it will automatically go into NeoGeo 4. Whenever you see this screen, press A, B, C, and select. Okay. If you do it too late, you get the cheat mode, which is allow you to give yourself extra life. Okay, and then you press C to get out. Now that's not what I want, so I'm going to go ahead and select reboot because I want to go to the main screen. Press A on this main screen. Now you get region setup. So you press A, then you get to choose the Japan or USA. I'm going to choose B for USA. Then mode, you want an arcade or console. If you want arcade, press A. Okay, now you press C to get out. Okay, now once the game started, it always will say 330. Okay, now if you don't see that main screen, that means the game is not supported, so you won't able to use that option I just showed you. Now we're gonna add the cheat mode. You could press this anytime once the game started. You're gonna press A, B, C, and select the cheat mode. So like I was showing you a while ago, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself extra life, extra play, auto firing, infinity life. When that means I will not die at all. Then you press C. Okay, C again. Now in this game, I will have life where I won't die at all. Okay. Now you can play the game. To get out, press select and start. Same time, press both of them together. Okay. Then you get this exit out screen. Same background. Okay, we're gonna exit out. Or you could save it. Go to save mode. Press A, and then you can save your data. Okay. Then you press B, and press exit out. Press A. You exit out again. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go to the computer and we are going to switch it to Johnny's image. It's gonna be a little bit different. They're gonna have a different background, different color. The font is gonna be bright white. Okay, I mean darker white, not as light like this one. And your setting, you notice that if you press A, it's a lighter color. Mine's gonna be dark black, so you will see it very good on the screen. And so we're gonna go and I'm gonna show you how to do that, how to switch from one image to Johnny's image. This is a default image, Hilo image. I call it the default image, and you just run the batch file and it will put it back and you can run the other one. Now I'm not sure that image is going to work because a while ago I tested and it was having some problem me switching back and forward. So let's try again. I'm going to try it and see if it works. If it works, that's good. If it doesn't work, then I'm just going to give you one image. We're not going to switch back and forth because if a switching back and forth is causing problem, I probably will not do it. Okay, I'll probably just say, okay, if you want this image, download from Telegram. If you want my image, download from Mega Drive or Google Drive, whatever I decide where to put it. But this is the HyloStick image, and you could get it from Telegram. So those of you who have asked me, say, Johnny, can I get the image now? I don't really want to wait. So I gave him the link. I tell him this is where you go get it, and he got it. So you could do that as well. Okay. His image, they constantly updating their information, adding more game and or upgrade. They call each of the upgrade and game different version. They call it 2.0, 2.A, 2.B, and the reason they do that is that way they know which one it come first. They're not trying to confuse people. It's the same HyloStick. They're not trying to confuse anybody. I did get confused, so that's the reason I'm mentioning this to you, so that you know the number is not really a version. It's more of the like this is number 1, this is number 2, where I personally just put date on it, so you know what date was released, so you know which one is more current, which one is the latest. So I just put date on it, today's date, but they put number on it, so just so you know, FYI. All right, so let's go to the computer and check it out, and then we're going to test it again and see how everything goes. All right. Hi, okay, we're in the computer now. I'm going to show you how to switch from one image to another image. This is example what the batch file look like. This is switching from USB to Johnny's, and this is switching back to the default. Right now we're in the default, which is the Hilo image. Okay, and this is what the batch file look like. If you are curious what is going on, this is what it look like. So we're gonna go to NeoGeo MF. Okay, so when you download the image, you're just gonna put this folder inside, and you want to label your L drive with NeoGeo. Okay, so the way you label it, you just say you could do rename or property, and make sure you put NeoGeo right here, uppercase. All right, and I have it FAT32. Okay, Make sure you do that before you start this process, because you'll be wasting your time if you don't have FAT32, and if you don't label this NeoGeo, it will not work. Okay, so this is required that you do this. All right, when you're done, then we go to the folder, which is I already copied it. I got backup copy, and I got this one. I got a whole bunch of other stuff too, because this is a 1 terabyte. So this is the backup copy, and this is the original. So we're gonna go to the original. You will see a folder called Swap USB Image and Background. So you're gonna click on it. Now we are going to switch to Johnny's image. So it will do both the image and the background. Okay, so it will do both together. Now I have also created two of them. One is the default background, which is the black background with the NeoGeo logo on it, and then you could change it to May and Rose, which is the default one of mine. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on this, and it will say for file copy 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5 file is copied. Okay, so once it's done, you just press enter, and that's it. Now we're gonna pop the SD card out, and we're gonna go to the USB. I'm gonna reject my L drive, and then it say it's safe to reject, and that's it. So let's go check it out. Oh, let me show you this real quick before we look at the computer. Uh, you have a batch file you can run where, for example, if you use my image and then you prefer the default background, you could select just the default background change without changing the image. And vice versa, if you're using the one is the default one and you don't like the black background, you want to change to my background, you could just do the background change. Okay. Now let's look at it and see what those background image look like. You go to image. The way you change the background image, you go to image and you go to main. Okay. There's a file called BK. This is the one. This is the default image. So let's look at it a bit bigger so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is the image that I thinking about adding this one, and this is the one we are currently going to be using. The gray one, you can't really see the font very well, even though with a darker font. So I decided to go to the darker blue. So I think darker blue might turn out better. Where, and then this is the one that they use the same background, but they added this to it. And I think with the darker background, it's easy to see than the red color one. Okay. So there's this image now. So I haven't created the batch file for those yet, but there's like couple images that you could use if you want. The only thing you have to do is just name this to a BK file. Okay. So you just pick an image you want, just change it to BK. Now this is only for TV. You might say, well, Johnny, I changed it. How come did not show on my NeoGeo Mini? The NeoGeo Mini used the LCD. So you need to come here to do the NeoGeo. Same name, BK. So if you like a picture you like, instead of running the batch file, you could just name it BK. Okay, so those are the smaller images. You could change it to look like this. So let's view it bigger so we could see what it looked like. So this is the one we're going to be using for Johnny's default. This is the Hylo default images. I also created one where I think this one is pretty cool. This is like the NeoGeo console and the game will be in the middle. Okay, the game will be in the middle, and then this is the one that one of the viewer from YouTube that have created and gave me this, and I like that too. This is the first one that I created using this, and I added the extra pictures. So when the picture is moving, you won't see this character, but when you are selecting exercise or safe mode, you will see this character in the middle. And then the number 1, 2, 3 will be down here, so nothing blocking it. So that's kind of nice to have the number right underneath. So this is a couple options that I could add it to the batch file, so you don't have to come here and name it. You could just run the batch file, but I haven't done it yet because it's there for you to choose from. You could go ahead and choose whatever image you want, but that's how you do it. Just change it to BK, just rename it to BK. So I'm going back to my batch file because I like the batch file better. So I'm going to go to the batch file, and I found out what I did wrong. That's why it wasn't working. You want to make sure you name the file as, let me open one of this, like for example, this image. you want to make sure you name it BK, okay? And I made a mistake, I put BG, and that's why it didn't work. BK for the background, okay? So you have to use BK instead, lowercase bk. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run this bash file so my image will have a main and stuff like on it so we can look at it. There's only 2 files. Press enter, that's it. Or you could just run my default one, Johnny 1234, and that's it. All right, let's go look at the console and see what it looked like, the output. All right, we're here in the NeoGeo Mini. The console will boot up to the default screen like I told you. So now you have internal or HyloStick. We're going to press A for HyloStick, and there's the image. So like I say, if you don't like the too much graphic or design, you could easily change those out. So if you go up, you can see that. Now I use this one from the guy named Neo Clever A. He have a YouTube channel. He put this on the what you call it, the Telegram, and I thought the picture was pretty cool, so I download it, and then I used that background. So one, to give him that credit because he's the one who created this NeoGeo slash Capcoms. So he's the one who created that. So I used his background, so I'm going to give him the credit for it. So what you do, you go to setting, and then you will see this. So you will see my and Rose on the background. So I like both the characters, so it's pretty cool. And then you could just choose your game. The game set I have, like I say, it's only allowed 9. As you could tell, my font is darker black and darker white. So I like it. It's pretty cool. So my first one will be Christmas edition, and then the metal slot. And this one is my custom image where you have the metal slot and Kino Fighter and Samurai Showdown all in one game set. And then this one is just Samurai Showdown edition, blue edition, which is 40 game. And this is NeoGeo Arcade Stick, which is also the 40 game. Now their artwork, I did not touch it. It's the same default artwork. There are some new artwork that I have to, when I copy it, I don't do replace, I just say skip. And if they are missing the artwork that I bring over the game, the artwork will come over as well. Okay, and this is my 70 game that I have created. So we're gonna go look at it. Press B, and those are all the arcade game that I have. I have somebody ask me, do you have Street Fighter Alpha and Street Fighter Zero? Yes, I have all those in here, and they are working. It took me a while. I have to redo all my game. Now those are Final Burnout converted to FBA. So all the game, there's only 12 games that I have to convert from NeoGeo to FBA because it will not work at all. And those games you don't have the NeoGeo bio option because it's not using NeoGeo bio option. So only those, because those games you either leave it out or you make it work. So what I did is I made it work and I bring it over the NeoGeo game. So here's some of the alpha game, the alpha 1, alpha 2, and alpha 3. This one took me a while to get it to get it to work, and I got it to working, so that's good. And then Street Fighter 2, and then Street Fighter 0, 2, and then 3. Those all work. Got pocket fighting. So some of this game that actually I believe will work on NeoGeo Arcade Stick, but I haven't took the time to bring it over. I totally forgot about it. Those are all Capcom's game, but it's not part of Capcom's 1, 2, and 3 series. It's like it's a separate game that they have created, and so those games could actually come over to the NeoGeo Arcade Stick. And then I have the other 4 set, which is alphabet order. Now I couldn't put 81 or 82. I tried that because I didn't want to create another folder, because you only allow 9 folder. So what I did is I added to the new set here, the W and to Z. There's only 3 game from here. So if you go into here, you will see the last 3 in the back. So for example, So this is number 1. So your Z, the 3 file that I couldn't include it was this one, and this one. Okay, so it start with the W's and Z. Those are only 3 that I couldn't fit on that one screen. All this other game is normally is new game. I call it new game because it's not in NeoGeo Mini. So those games are here on this game set. Okay, so those of you who want to play something that other than NeoGeo Mini game set, this is where you go. So this is the new game. Then you press alphabet order, press B to get out. And so you have 40 games here, all the new game in here. Okay, so the max number you could put is 80. So like if I really want to save space, I could combine that other one with this one, and then you could add more game set into the system. And this one is pretty cool. The game actually play without sound issue. Where I think the NeoGeo arcade stick, you have to change to a home console for it to work. This one you could actually play, and the sound is great. Let me go ahead and change the sound.
Dr. R. Muckley, next.
Alright, so I'll be giving you guys this image is ready. Sorry it took me so long, but I have to redo it. First time I did it was all in FBA format, but then I realized if you do it with FBA format, you don't have the option to choose the, you don't have an option to choose the NeoGeo bio option like this. Okay, I'm just curious if I press because we have problem with arcade stick with this game. So let me see if I could make this in arcade and see if the sound will still work. Alright, so I'm gonna press C to get out. And then at the same time I'm gonna add the cheat mode. I don't want it to die so quickly, so I'm giving myself extra life. So press C. Alright. So far so good. It's in arcade mode. Because this one I have to put it in console mode in the NeoGeo arcade stick for it to work, because once you go in the game, the sound's not there. So let's see if they have the same problem or not.
Dr. R. Muckley, next U.S. Army.
Good, no issue with the sound with the arcade mode. So I don't know why NeoGeo arcade stick have that issue. You have to use the home console in order for it to work. Because as you can see, I'm using arcade mode and I'm doing okay. I'm not dying. So yeah, I can't die. They can shoot me and I cannot die. I'm invisible. Okay, I have people ask me what's the difference between this one and the old one. One thing cool about this, the new one, is that you have the NeoGeo Bio 4.0, where you have the option to give yourself cheat mode and all that stuff. And plus, you could put this on TV, Even if you put Mega Drive or Super Nintendo, we have to add two pictures, one for small, for LCD, and one's for TV, the bigger image. So that way when you blow it up, it won't be blurry on the screen. So for Mega Drive and stuff like that, you could plug it in. It will display on TV because they have two images, one for this screen and one for big screen. So that's one thing cool about this image. It allows you to have that. Plus, you could use a USB, and if you don't want to use USB, you have the option for the new hack. So for example, if I let's get out this game, and so if I was to turn this off and then I unplug the USB, okay, the old one doesn't allow that. The new one allows you to do this. So when you turn it back on, you could play without the USB. So you could play two-player without the issue. Okay. So that's one thing cool about this, that you could do that. See that? You automatically boot to NeoGeo without the stick. And it doesn't ask you which one you want to pick. It automatically boot to the internal storage. So you have the game from here. You got arcade and the fighting game. That's all you have, because they can't really put a lot of game in here. I think this they have to make the game small, and so that's all they have was the 45 game here. And then because they couldn't add too many games in here because the system won't handle it. That's the problem. It's not that they don't want to. So this one's 45 game. Are we looking at the same one? This one's 45, the fighting. Let's look at the arcade. Oops, sorry. Arcade, D4. This one say D4 instead of alphabet order, so it's a little bit different. All right, and so this is 75 games, so that's good. 75 plus 45, you get 110. That's not bad. That's pretty good. 110 game in here. So you got 110 game to play with. So one is arcade, one is fighting. Uh-oh. So that. All right. So that's good. So I will be releasing this image, so you could switch from this one to the other one, or you could play it internally. Now this image is already out for you to hack from the first video I did, and this one is like a week later, so the USB is ready for you. So I'm going to zip it up and give you the link so you could download it. All right, you guys enjoy it and have fun and be safe, and I'll talk to you all later next time.